Good afternoon, everyone. April 29th, 2023. Just got done with that S&P weekly outlook, and a similar story for the NQ. Now, this thing was getting hammered extremely hard, and all month, actually, this thing just looked so distributive. We made a high of the month really early. We passed that high of the quarter on that Tuesday session of April, the first Tuesday session, and then that just became our critical resistance for the rest of the month, and we formed a firm downtrend, and just every earnings we popped up. Now, most notably on this Tuesday close on that low session, when we spiked off of whatever it was, I think Google earnings, when we spiked off of that, that became the low during the entire rest of the week. The overnight got nowhere near it. Then Wednesday created a low much higher than that. And that's when I was looking for that short squeeze to occur, and we gapped up on this Thursday session above that critical 970 level that had been important all week, and we got that move up above this trend line and just squeezed our way upwards. I was thinking maybe we'd stop around 13,100 ish, or maybe up towards where the monthly POC was around there as well, I believe. But we just continued to squeeze this, and actually made new highs going into the end of the month. The Friday session held this upper area that's been such critical resistance all month long, this 13,210 area, that quarterly open, and we ended up closing way above it. So now this thing is starting to look, and let's just peel out to even a larger view here. I'd been saying that this thing looks distributive to me when we're trading around here, because we had not gotten above that that February, sorry, the 2022 halfback at 498 in this area. We'd not gotten above it, so to me it was just looking like distribution. And sure, it could still be distribution, but it's looking more and more unlikely. It's looking like we're going to pop 13,500, and then we can really start talking about being bullish on this thing. We're approaching these 12-month highs. This is the end of April in 2022. There's the August highs, right? Just like on the S&P. This thing might start to get quite explosive up towards the 14,290 area, which was critical resistance during that mid-April. So I would keep your eyes open to the upside now. How far is the squeeze going to go? I'm not sure, but I would keep my eyes open to about 12,450-ish. Well, let's go back to that weekly outlook chart, right? Need to zoom out on this thing. But anyway, I'm going to be bullish above about 13,070. Below 210, I think we start getting our reversion back into the pivot, but much like on ES, I think there's going to be a lot of spots for this thing to catch a bid. I think that's going to be the story of the week, just trying to sell off and just catching bids, much like the week prior. So if we get below that quarterly open at 210, I think we can revert downwards, break yesterday's low on Friday, and get into this kind of 13,100-ish. 13,100 to 50. That's where you got the monthly POC, the weekly POC, weekly view app close. What is that? Weekly 87% weekly value area low at 48 quarter. The monthly and weekly halfbacks, hilariously, both the same number, roughly at 62 and 63s. I think you start getting into that zone, and I wouldn't be surprised if you held bid. We're still above settlement lows at that point on Monday. If we break 925, that'll be the 95% prior month's value area low. And I think at that point you take out this swing low at 12,800. Maybe I should just spread this thing up a little bit. There we go. I think you break that low, that swing low. I think you get new lows on the quarter. Until you get that, however, this thing to me is just going to be repeatedly bid. Repeatedly. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it similar to the yes, where we might get a nice, some further movement upwards, and shit, on the NQ, I really could see this going to 13,500, recovering this liquidation. That's a big ramp. That's another 180 points. Maybe it happens Monday or Tuesday. But after that, I think we're going to get rotational into FOMC, or maybe we come down and clean down the downside, down to 13,070-ish, but Either we get below 210, clean up this, or we move on upwards towards 13,500, that 2022 halfback. And then we'll have rotation into the FOMC. And then I don't know what the hell happens after that. That's anyone's guess. Wednesday will not be trading. Friday might not even trade. I think this is going to be a great week, much like I said in the other video. I think this is going to be a great week to play it small, play it safe. It's a new month. We're coming off a shit on the NQ. We're coming off a, what is that? 600 point squeeze, 500 point squeeze, right? Uh, it's a good time to just play this thing day to day. No big predictions for this week. Last week I was expecting us to come down to 12,400 or the upside, break out to whatever it was, some high up number. This has been a tight month. I don't think we're going to spend much time in this balance, much like I don't in ES. So I want to see if buyers can defend this 210 going into the week. If not, we rotate down. If we lose that, we rotate down to here. That's just playing it level to level. That's all. Hope that helps. Hope it makes sense. Nothing too extraordinary this week for you guys. Just playing it day by day, level by level. And I'll be updating this throughout the week per usual. So hope that helps. And have a great week.